We'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast with young men. And we'd like to go ahead and when we have women on, we'd like to go ahead and, be chivalrous and, open the door for ladies and treat them with respect. So we're going to give Katrina, appreciate Katrina being on today. Katrina, what would you like to accomplish on the Voices of Integrity podcast for young men today?
Just learn more about men, I guess. And
So, what? Go ahead.
I don't know.
So I think you also want to learn more about women too, because women don't know a lot about women. Did you know that?
No, but yeah, that's interesting.
Why is it interesting?
I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, yeah, you'll learn a lot on here. So women don't know a lot about women. It's mind blowing to me how little women know about women. They do, and so um, because you're Amish, you probably have you seen Charlie Brown? Have you seen any of Charlie Brown's comics or anything?
Yeah.
And are you familiar with Charlie Brown and Lucy and
Yeah.
where she has the football and she always pulls it away from him?
Yeah.
Do you know why that's like where that came from?
Um Not sure. It's been a while ago when I watched it, so
Well, you can't see it. I didn't see it until about 6 months ago. I told my wife, I'm like, shoot, you're like Lucy. I'm like Charlie Brown. And I just keep coming back and you just keep pulling the football away. I had talked to my friend Patrick, but he said the exact same thing about his wife. I've been married 41 years. He's been married, I don't know, 46 years. And he said the exact same thing about his wife. His wife says, I want to be a soulmate. I want you to be honest. I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to go ahead and share what you're thinking and feeling. And they don't. Women don't. They tell you, they tease you and they tell you, yeah, be honest with me. And they don't want honesty. They just don't. Questions?
no.
Anybody have any questions?
So why do they keep pulling the football? Or like, okay, so they pull the football. Like, what does that look like? Is that them when the husband is honest, like getting defensive, or what does that look like?
Yeah, I
Well,
mean it.
Charlie Brown thinks he knows where Louise, whoever she is, when she's at, where he thinks he knows where she's at. He doesn't, or she tricks him.
Did you guys all get that from Kenny or not?
No.
Sorry, Kenny, you're a little muffled. You there, Kenny?
Yes. So Charlie Brown, he thinks he knows where she is at. Like she's gonna hold the football for him, and then he comes in and she tricks him,
So
or is it deception?
why does she do that?
Because she's a woman.
Right? That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because she's a woman. She gets this perverse pleasure out of creating pain for men. Like it's fascinating to me. Every woman in my life does every single one. You know? And so when I share my trauma, what do women do?
Laugh.
They laugh. They just laugh. They just laugh. Like I share my trauma, I can be in tears and they're laughing. You don't laugh at somebody's trauma. No, women do. They just get a perversion out of I don't know, they think they're in control. They think that I don't know, it's just well, why? I don't know, talk to God. He's the one that created them the way I didn't create them that way. My gracious. Like it's just crazy. And it's absolutely crazy. So, so Katrina, I've been dealing with women for 62 years, and that's just they're all like that, every single one. There are degrees, obviously, so some are more than others, but they're all like that, and so it's not a matter of if you get angry or upset or frustrated with me. It's just a matter of when and how. Are you familiar with emotional bank accounts, Katrina?
No.
So the first time we meet somebody, it's the first impression. That's why first impressions are so important. And so first impression, like it's a deposit into a bank account. And so you make deposits into relationships, and then you go ahead and make withdrawals in relationships. And so deposits and withdrawals, deposits and withdrawals. If you withdraw more from a bank than what you have, what is that called, Katrina? It's an
Not sure.
it's an overdraft. So that means like you only had $100 in the account in your checking account, and you wrote a check for $1,000. You're $900 over. Like you wrote more you have. That's what happens in relationships.
So, like, you're saying you put in more than you have?
You take out more than you put in.
Gotcha.
And so, yesterday on Amy's podcast is fascinating. So she was, in a marriage for, I don't know, 20 some years, and just got divorced. Her husband's an alcoholic. And so she's in a new relationship now, and she's an expressive, driver. And, her new guy friend is an amiable analytic. And I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. And he's so nice, and she thinks it's so cute. And I can tell you what's going to happen in that relationship. I just know. And I tell her that. I say, this is what's going to happen. You love it now. He's so cute. He's so considerate. He's everything. But you guys get married, and it's all going to change. It's all going to change for him and for you. So, he loves that she's driven and she's got goals, and and so he needs that. She loves that he's soft and gentle and nurturing. She needs that. Then they're going to get married. And what's going to happen?
He's
She's
not
going to
gonna
be,
be.
go ahead.
He's not going to be like that anymore.
Well, he will, but he'll be like that to everybody other than her. Like everybody else, he's going to be nice to, like the lady out in the street, the person he's talking to on the phone. He's going to be nice to everybody else other than her. And so what draws us together, what attracts us together, is what pushes us apart. And so, it's already showing there's little cracks in the seams, there's cracks in the pipes, there's cracks in the foundation with you and me. And I'm like, Urgh. So I don't know. I don't know. So you have this crazy high goal, which I love. I love that. But you were 30 minutes, like a week ago, you wouldn't have been 30 minutes. So you're already starting to slip. Now, there's a reason, because women always have reasons.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not going to tell you the reason because I know you don't want the reason.
Right. Right. Because the marketplace doesn't care. The marketplace doesn't care. It just doesn't care. So, as a friend of yours, I want to hear it so I can help you. But if I do that, am I going to be too soft on you? Most likely, because I told you right at the beginning, I'm a lot harder on men than I am women. And you said, why is that? I don't know. It's how I'm wired. My parents, my mom, my wife, my daughters, my sisters, like all the women in my life is just. And so, Kenny, what you got? Luke, what you got?
So in relationships, what is it like? You have your bank account. Sometimes it seems like that bank account might have an interest rate of -10 or something. It's
Okay.
like you're always putting, or it seems like you're always putting into it and you can't get ahead. Or
Is
not,
that
maybe not.
is that with
Maybe
me? Is that with me?
no. It
Okay.
seems like maybe more the women in my life, like that I'm
Right.
close to.
Right. Because they know how to go ahead. They know how to go ahead and push your buttons. They know how to move you. They know how to get what they want from you. They know how to do that. They have mapped you out, and they're going to use emotional leverage on you.
So what do I do with that information? What do you
I don't know. Write it down. Probably, maybe put it in a spreadsheet. And so you go ahead and then you use Life GPS to go ahead and to help you with it. Look at your personality, their personality. You look at the different personalities,
got it?
and then so like Teresa, like Luke and Kenny know Teresa. So I'll never forget. Teresa was reading some book on sensitivity. So she's a woman. So she thinks she's so sensitive. I said, Teresa, you are not sensitive. I mean, yes, she's like, I'm really hypersensitive. Well, you are. She said, you're just like every other woman. You're hypersensitive to your own sensitivity. You're not sensitive to me. Like you irritate the living daylights out of me, girl, and you don't even know it. Me, I irritate you like crazy, but whenever I irritate you, I know I'm irritating you. So the Bible doesn't say do not irritate. It doesn't say that. So I'm not sinning. So if somebody irritates me, I'm going to irritate them. I'm going to irritate them right back. And because of my 62 years on this planet, my understanding of personalities, I know how to irritate probably a lot more than people know how to irritate me. It's like, and so you're, the thing is there's times where you're withdrawing, from the emotional bank account. Do you know you are? You know? And so a lot of times people aren't because they're either ignorant or stupid. Ignorant is not knowing what to do. Stupid is not doing what we know. Questions, Luke?
No, I don't think so. So it may be that I'm withdrawing more than I'm aware of.
Oh, for sure you are. I mean, for sure. For sure. I mean, your personality as an expressive, you're not attentive to stuff. You're not attentive to things. And so, you know, you would draw and then other people would draw. And so it's a battle. So it's fascinating. I don't know. I'm sure you all found it was fascinating. Luke said something about women. And I said, is it with me? Because I could see what Luke said he was talking about with me. I could see that. So I wanted to know because if it's with me, I wouldn't be shocked if it was with me, but I'm not aware of it at this point. But I could see if Luke said, yeah, it's with you, Mark. I'm like, okay, well, let's have a conversation. It seems like with me, I can't have adult conversations with most of the women in my life. It's just weird. It's like it's like they've all they've all been damaged and they haven't healed. If a woman's listening to this, I love when women go, hey, well, Mark, do you think you've been damaged? Maybe more than you, but when I go ahead and tell you I'm damaged, then what you do is you laugh, and then I go ahead and then you flip it on me. I'm like, I've been hurt by you. And it's like, then you flip it on and how I've hurt you. It's like, really? Why do women do that? I don't know. The stories I could tell you guys, even in the last week, it's phenomenal. So this here, when trauma gets triggered, you don't act your age, you act the age your wound was created. Think of it this way. Your mind is a house, and somewhere in that house, there's a locked room that you haven't opened for years. Something happened in that room when you were 8, 14, the younger version of you. Something happened in that room. So what did you do? What you did was turn off the lights and shut the door, and you kept living the rest of the house. But that room doesn't disappear; it just waits. The moment you have a feeling, and it sounds like that old fear, that door comes barely open, and all of a sudden you're right back in the age that the hurt happened. And that's why you shut down, and that's why you panic. That's why you get defensive, because it's never to today's version of you reacting. It's still the younger version of you trapped in that room that never got to finish the story. But here's the thing: true healing is not pretending the room doesn't exist. It's walking back into that room, turning on the light, and making sure that the younger version of you feels safe. I don't like that word. I said be strong. Because when you do that, you stop reacting as the younger version of you, and your reactions finally start to grow up with you. And when you stop acting like the entire room doesn't exist, you take the entire house back. So my wife saw this on Facebook. I don't know who created it, but it's absolute genius. Not that it can't get better, of course, but it's pretty powerful. And so what's going to happen, Luke, is what's going to happen is you're going to carry forward some of the trauma, some of the issues that you've had with your mom and your sisters and other women in your life to your spouse, to your future wife. And she's going to do that with, you and the men in her life. So I heard a while back that we tend to marry the parent that we don't get along with the most. And that's exactly what happened in me. So my dad is an Amy boy analytic, the same as my wife. Same as my wife. And let me tell you, and it's getting more pronounced that we've been married 41 years. Like every year it gets to be harder, it seems like to me. Anybody else have anything else?
Yeah, so what makes you think that I don't want you to be direct?
So I mean, one is your woman. So you want to consider Mark's got a lot of experience with women, and it's probably good for you not to dismiss that experience and say, he likely knows me, not in every area, but he likely knows me better than I know myself. Because he was married to a 19-year-old, and then he's been married for 41 years to that same woman, and he's got 4 daughters, all 20 at one point too. So he's got a lot of experience with 20-year-old, women. So you're an analytic driver, expressive, amiable, so very similar personality to me. So you and I will see things pretty similar, and that's why we'll be in flow. But on the pain quadrant, you're an analytic, amiable. I go to a driver. So you went ahead and were super, super arrogant once with me.
Okay, what was that?
You were super, super arrogant. You thought you were smarter than me.
When?
With David.
Okay.
So you're like, well, Mark, why didn't you do it this way? So you think you know better than I do. And so I can go ahead and easily go, well, maybe she does. Maybe she does. Maybe she does. And so I can do that. But can you go ahead and process in your own mind that you were arrogant, like you think you know more than I do about leadership and development of people? Can you process that you actually think that?
I mean, yeah, I guess I wasn't aware of that, but it makes sense.
Okay, so you can. So you're ahead of most women. You can actually consider that maybe you were wrong. So women have this godlike complex where they can give birth, and right at 20 is when they're no longer teenagers. So everything changes for a woman when she goes from a teenager to a woman. And when you hit 20, now all of a sudden you're a woman. And you're like, whoa, I can create a human being. Now, when you're a teenager, you know you can too, but it's different. It's totally different. It's like, I want to create a human being, which is not bad.
So,
Go ahead.
so who did a woman tell you that she about like giving birth, that she, because you brought that up a couple times already, that a woman, you know, she gets all arrogant because she can give birth. Well, where did you get that thought?
From women.
So like women actually tell you that?
Oh yeah, all the time. I mean, anytime a woman says this is what it is, like this is what it is, it's like they say it with so much confidence. They're like, this is just what it is. It's just like, and my granddaughters who are 3 years old, like, Grandpa, this is what it is. It's like they're 3. Like, how does a 3-year-old girl know more than her grandpa does? This is what it is. It's like, and it's like, so it's just wired in them. It's just wired. It's just wired in a woman to have all this confidence about things. Now she has all these questions and fears, and she's not like, she has all of these stuff. So she has all this stuff, but she's confident. She just, so they just speak it like God spoke things and they went into existence. Like God spoke and it happened. Women think that too. Why? Because women do that often. They speak and their sons obey. Their husbands obey. They just speak it. So they just think it. They just think, hey. So yeah, I mean, it's fascinating as a man, especially a 62-year-old man. I just think it's the funniest thing in the world. It's like you just state it. This is how it is. And it's like, do you have any data? Is there any history? Well, no. I just know. How do you know? I just do. Okay. So, every woman it's just hilarious to see women with so much confidence. And behind the scenes, they don't have confidence. They have all these fears and they have all these issues and they have all these things that's going on. But on the surface, it looks like they're confident, but they're not. They're insecure. It's crazy. My heart just goes out to them. Does that answer your question?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, women, they don't. And what's really fascinating is the more children they have, the more arrogant they get. It's like cheapers. Now, if Ginger Ann, if she was on, she has 7 children. She's just learned with her dad. She just learned. She's a good student. Like, dad lays things down, and if I want to pick them up, I can pick them up. And so women are ignorant. They just are. They're not taught these things. And so they're not taught these things. It's like, did Mark say all women are like that? He did not say all women are like that. Women love drama. They love trauma. They love drama. They love to feel something. They just want to feel something. So they want to get mad at people. Like they want to get mad. They want to get in a fight. They want to get angry. They just want to feel something. It's like, really? I just want to work and be productive. And so, I'm not saying 100% of the women 100% of the time. I'm not saying that. That's just stupid. But women, like, why do women not hear the words I'm saying and hear words I'm not saying? That's just stupid. It's just not good listeners. They say men aren't good listeners. They're worse. I think women are worse listeners than men often. And then why aren't they curious? Why don't they go ahead and just say, well, Mark, do you think men are this way? I'd say, yeah, maybe worse. And there's more men that are acting like women. And there's a few women that act like men. And, I tend to like those women. Like, do you have data? Do you have thought? Is it all emotion and all feeling? So, anybody else have anything else?
Yeah, I've got a question. So I know the fact that you're not supposed to make a decision or important decisions when there's high stress situations. But then when you get to make that decision without the stress, how do you consider that decision that you came to if you would have made that decision in that high stress situation?
So there's a lot of energy in that. There's a lot of energy in that question, and so I'm concerned. I'm concerned that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and not give you the best advice because contextually, I'm not exactly sure what it is. So it's a great question, Kenny. It's a phenomenal question. Um, and so I'm not sure the answer to that question. And so, like, we got just 2 minutes, so we're not able to do it. I don't know, maybe bring
Yeah.
it up on another one or something like that.
Yep. I
And
can do
so,
that.
yeah, so it's, life is interesting. Life is fascinating. And so so I'll just close out with this one thing. There's four perspectives: the past, the present, like right now, the short term, and the future. The analytic tends to focus in on the past, but they often don't see the past as clear as they should. They see things that aren't there, don't see things that are there. The driver looks into the future. And so the expressive tends to live in the moment, and the amiable tends to focus on moment and short term. And so the ideal brain, the ideal healed brain, there's two purposes for the past. One is to go ahead and have fond memories of the past. Like, so you have memories, it gives you hope, you're like, there's just really cool things that have happened in the past. Two is the pain from the past is designed to help you learn. So a lot of times people push the pain out, they cover up the pain, they put it in the room, they turn the lights out in the room, they do alcohol or drugs or medication or whatever. And so if we don't learn from the past, we're going to repeat it and it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. The present, you want to learn to enjoy the present, remembering the past, memories, good and bad, and with an eye towards the future. And then the short term is kind of connected into that. And the future, you want to have hope and purpose and intentionality and significance. We were all created in the image of God. Every one of us are created that makes us all very special. Every single one is special because we're all created in the image of God. And so that makes us special. And so I believe we're all created for significance. Like every one of us is created for significance, to be a significant person, to have significant life. The past can be an enemy to that significance. The present can be an enemy, the short term and the future, or all of them can be an asset. And so joining the Life GPS and and having it look at your personality, having it help you to see yourselves and see other people and see different vantage points helps us to see things differently. And, that goes back into the flawless thinking model. And so that goes into learning to see things that give us the ability to think differently, that gives us the ability to do differently. And so, yeah, this is an amazing podcast for young men. You guys are all awesome. Thank you. I'd love to see you guys learning, seeing, connecting, helping one another. Always remember we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.